Is it on?
Yeah! Oh, what's it? Right, hello everyone and welcome to this new video on the channel. So today is Wednesday the 21st of February 2024 and today we've got game number 72 of the 23-24 season on the channel. We're heading back to Cannon Park for Retford United versus Yorkshire Amateur in the Northern Counties East League Division 1. So in today's video, I've got my thoughts pre-half-time and post-match, as well as a matchday vlog itself. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so just before kick-off, we have got my pre-match thoughts. So let's start off with the home team, Retford United. So they currently find themselves in 5th place out of 23 teams in NCL Division 1, which is currently the last playoff spot. So the last result was a 3-1 away win at second from bottom Swallownest. So that means they've now won 3 games in a row and they are unbeaten in the last 5 games. So I mentioned we're in the last playoff space. It is really tight at the top, but there's a lot of mixture between the games played. So it looks like it's going to be 5 from 6 teams who are going to make the playoffs and one who's going to get promoted automatically. And it's a really interesting one because, for example, like Wakefield, who are at top, Retford are 6 points behind them in 5th, but we've got 4 games in hand on them. But then you've got the team in 4th, Parkgate. And Retford are 3 points behind them, but Parkgate have played 3 games less. So there's a real mix of teams in that playoff. I mean, like Shirebrook, I can't remember the difference between them, but I think Retford's 3 behind them, but Shirebrook's played 2 more or something like that. So there's a real mix. So it's going to be really interesting because it's one of them you'd rather have points on the board, because you never know what's going to happen in the games in hand. But certain teams having that many games in hand, it's, really making it interesting. I mean, looks like to me Parkgate are probably going to win it. And then it's a question of who's going to finish where in the playoffs. But you never know. Parkgate could, lose all the games in hand and finish 4th. Nothing's guaranteed. But really just going to make it interesting for them playoff places. And now let's move on to the away team, Yorkshire Amateur. So they are currently 3rd bottom in 21st. Out of 23rd place, which is the last of the 3 relegation zone places. However, what usually happens in that league is 3rd from bottom very rarely go down because it goes on like points per game, and if teams, drop out or get demoted, or they take voluntary relegation or they get demoted or whatever reason, so very rarely 3rd bottom actually do go down, and there's quite a bit of gap between them and 2nd bottom. Anyway, so they should be safe, but anyway, the last result was a pretty good result, to be fair. They had a 1-1 draw away at Retford FC. So they are staying in Retford for the 2nd game in a row. And they're actually unbeaten in the last 2 games because the game before that, they beat Claycross at home by 3-1. But not been in great form before that, though. They had lost 4 in a row, which does include the team who they replaced in the bottom 3, which were Armed for Welfare, which were a huge result for them. And they've not had a lot of luck as well because they also got docked 3 points for playing an ineligible player in one of the matches. So it's been a tough few years for Yorkshire Amateur. There were 2 divisions higher in the Northern Premier League East Division, and they've got a top half finisher there, which is really good. But unfortunately, they were demoted because of a failed ground grading, which meant when they were demoted, they lost pretty much all the players, and they ended up finishing bottom of the NCL Premier last season. So they've had back-to-back relegations, I honestly didn't have a clue how they'd do this year. And they looked in real trouble at the start of the season, but they have turned it around quite a bit. They've got some decent results, and it looks like they are going to survive now. So hopefully they can rebuild and pick themselves back up next season. So in the previous meetings between these two teams this season, the reverse game at Yorkshire Amateur were quite early on in the season, and Retford United won that game by 4-0. So I think that brings me nicely on to today's prediction. So do I think Retford United are going to do the double over Yorkshire Amateur, or are Yorkshire Amateur going to get 3 vital points and move themselves towards safety? My prediction is, I think Retford are going to win this quite comfortably. Yorkshire Amateur, even though they are unbeaten in the last 2, they are down there struggling. They've had some hefty results this season. Retford do like to score goals. They're in good form at the minute. And I'm going to go for exactly the same score as the reverse fixture. So I'm going to go Retford United 4, Yorkshire Amateur 0. Anyway, that's it for my pre-match thoughts. Hopefully, I've not been too confident on the Retford result there like I was yesterday in the Rosso result, because we saw what happened there. If you've not seen that video, go back and check it. It's the last one on the channel from yesterday's match. But anyway, that's it for pre-match thoughts. So let's head on over to Cannon Park and see how today's game goes. Run away. That boy, linesman. Oh, what's it?
There were loads at Rosso last night. Charles Sylvester were there supporting Goole. He had a good night, did he? And you see Tom? Yeah! What a goal! Get in there! Yeah! Do that! You let your mate.
Outside of a boot and everything.
Sure, that one.
What's about
Really having to celebrate super out with Sheffield United and not winning again this season. Oh, here we go. Anyone you know?
Yeah, so would you go back?
Oh, you worry about not knowing?
Just a spoonful.
Oh,
There's no good. When it's the big cell.
That's not wrong.
Save.
Brilliant defending, Owen.
well done. Payday.
Yeah, payday.
However's going to use today, but when they scored that goal, and I was like,
Take some.
oh,
Safekeeper.
Yeah, that's where my mum and dad are staying.
There's only one posh hotel.
Yeah, exactly. It's my dad's first away game, so he's
Go on,
got a stroke, so...
That's the help.
For another game. I'm not going to Warsaw.
Goal. Nice. Good header, that. Oh, Danny Deacon.
Yeah.
Ex-Rosso.
Ex-Rosso, mate.
Up the Rosso. Oh, everyone's pretty much gone to Shire,
Yeah, that's why I thought.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you seen about Charlie Beck, by the way?
Yes. Oh.
Soon. Ah, this keeper's having a... Come on, Gilligan.
yeah, he's under 21.
Half time, 2-0 to Retford. So at half time, it's Retford United 2, Yorkshire Amateur 0. Retford, they had the first goal with an absolutely lovely strike. Kind of in penalty box, it got cut back and he absolutely smashed it into the net. And to be fair, before that, they had 2 similar efforts, which were really good ones from outside the box, but the keeper did really well to save both of them. He's had a decent half, to be fair, the keeper. And then it was 2-0 from former Rosso player Danny Deacon. I was a big fan, personally, of him at Rosso, so I was looking forward to seeing him at Retford tonight. And good header, to be fair, got up well, say one at smaller players on pitch, and produced a lovely header into the goal to make it 2-0. And yeah, been a decent Retford performance, to be fair. And Yorkshire Amateur, to be fair, to save a third bottom, I've been quite impressed with him. I mean, you know, Retford should win this pretty comfortably, and I'm not saying like the best team I've seen, but they definitely don't look like a team that's third bottom. I mean, I've seen a lot of other teams that have looked a lot worse than them this season, so keep playing like this. You know, they should do all right and they should be pretty comfortably safe, but yeah, they're holding Retford pretty well, to be fair. They've had a few chances of their own as well. But anyway, we've still got a full 45 minutes to go, so let's head on back to Cannon Park and see how the second half goes.
It's forward. You've done a good job with Kit.
Lizzie, I got the gnome at the start of it as well, so I can keep that in.
And then the free kids.
I got both.
He loves Paul's gnome. He says if he ever scores, he's going to kiss it.
What God is supposed to do that? He's not going to do it now, is he? Now he's injured.
George Miller.
No.
Great ball, Westy. He's got it.
Come on then. Can we have 4?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Good ball.
That's a great ball. That.
You're not outside the ding, didn't he?
Right, so I think there's been a sin bin. I think he's been getting a yellow for dissent, so I think that's a 10-minute sin bin. I don't think he's been sent off, but don't think there's more than 10 minutes to go, so it essentially is a red card.
Here we go.
Good ball.
Oh, he didn't hit it properly.
Chance.
In the corner.
Corner.
Oh.
Is it Westy?
No, I took a swing. Well, a lot in it. Yeah, just the yellow. Full time 3-0 to Retford United.
The Yorkshire Amateur fans and the fans from Walesby.
Well done, lads.
So at full time, it's finished Retford United 3, Yorkshire Amateur 0. And yeah, Retford got a goal not too long into the second half, about 10 minutes in. And yeah, from there, that kind of killed the game off. There weren't too many clear chances after that, to be fair. It was quite kind of game rolled in one, so there weren't too many chances. But once again, I'd say Yorkshire Amateur played pretty well. I think he actually played better in the second half than we did in the first half. They take the ball forward quite well. We've got some decent wide players. It's like fullback and wingers. But yeah, just couldn't really create any chances. But like I say, I think they'll be absolutely fine if they keep playing like that, because, like I said in the first half, there've been a lot worse teams playing this league than that I've seen. But yeah, pretty routine win for Retford United, and that season quite comfortably cemented into the playoff places now. I believe we've got a big game this weekend against Shirebrook, so that is going to be a really interesting one that I'm going to keep an eye out. And yeah, Retford take the 3 points. Another enjoyable trip to Cannon Park. Another lovely chips and curry sauce. If you're ever at Cannon Park, make sure you get the chips and curry sauce. $2.50, it's an absolute bargain. And yeah, always love coming down to Retford, so it was good to get another midweek game in there. So anyway, I'm going to leave the video here, so thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Try to get 2,000 subs as soon as possible. So the next game on the channel is going to be at the weekend on Saturday. We're back at the Eco Power Stadium with Doncaster Eovers versus AFC Wimbledon. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.